Hey yo, it's Brian here. Today, kind of talking about the San Francisco 49ers. Going to be talking about the CBA deal that was just agreed upon by the owners and the nflpa, the National Football Players Association, whatever you want to call it. And there's a lot of things going on for this deal. There's going to be no lockout, no stoppage for 2020-2021 season. This deal will be running into the 2030 season. So this is essentially a 10-year deal between the players and the owners. And I guess this is the best deal they can take. And to be honest with you, it probably is the best deal that they can take, because you look at the 2011 lockout season, they were in a bind. They wanted to play some football, and they had a deal with the owners, who eventually they came up with a deal before the 2011 season, and it was not a good deal all the way up until now. This is probably a better deal with players getting more money and what have you, but the big sticking point between the owners and the players is the 17-game regular season, which is going to be beginning in 2021. So that is next year from now. I don't like this, to be honest with you, but if the owners want their money, they're definitely going to be getting some extra money from an extra game. And to be honest with you, this was probably going to be a thing that was going to happen eventually. Even if they were going to do a stoppage, even if they were going to do a lockout, it was going to happen no matter what. And I think the players and the association, they probably figured that out. It was just going to be inevitable. So you might as well just agree to the 17-game season beginning in 2021. And there you have it right there. Personally, not a fan of it. Made an article on my website talking about this, but it is what it is. The owners, they do get what they want, and that was probably the big talking point in this whole CBA deal. Another thing is the playoff field would be expanded from 12 to 14 beginning in the 2020 season. I don't know how to feel about that, to be honest with you. I don't like to have teams that are mediocre, like 7-9, 8-8 teams going to the playoffs. Even if the 49ers win 8-8, 7-9, I don't think they deserve to be in the playoffs at all. But it is what it is. If you're a mediocre team, this is probably good for you guys, like the Dallas Cowboys or anybody with the Jeff Fisher team. If you guys are that kind of record team, then you guys will have a better chance of making the playoffs in 2020 and beyond. Another thing with this whole playoff thing is that I think, looking at it right now, there'll be only one number one seed, and then everybody from 2 to whatever 7. I think that's the whole playoff format right now. I don't think that's a good idea, to be honest with you. I mean, to have only one team have a bye week and everyone else has to play essentially a wild card game, that's not really fair. But for me, it is what it is. I can't really do anything about that. The players, they probably knew about that as well. But making the playoffs as a 7-9, 8-8 team, not too bad at all if you're a mediocre team. And also another big sticking point for both the players and the owners was the league's revenue share. It'll be from 47% to 48.5% in 2021. So the players, they'll be getting more money from anything that the league makes, which is a really good deal for them, because they definitely deserve all the money that they can get. They put their lives, they put their families, or whatever you want to call it, on the line for our entertainment, and they do a good job for the most part. Every single player that plays in the NFL, whether you're playing for the 49ers, the Packers, the Patriots, anybody else, when you play for us fans, then you guys definitely deserve to win some way, shape, or form in terms of having nice compensation. So there you have it right there. And as I said, this is going to be covering for the 2020 season, which is this year, all the way into the 2030 season. Some other things to talk about. Looking at the roster, it's going to be increasing from 46 to 48 active roster players every single week. That's going to be a good change right there. We could use some extra bodies, especially the Thursday night football that the NFL loves to do on these players a lot, on us fans too. I don't really like Thursday night football. I think it's kind of a drag, to be honest with you, but to have extra players, to have them rotations, I think that's a good thing right there. One of them has to be an offensive lineman. Offensive linemen, they do take a big beating, definitely. So having another extra lineman, that does help. The practice thing is going to be a lot different now. Starting the regular 17 regular game season, they can't have any extra practices. All the links will be in the description below if you want to know what's going on with this whole CBA deal. Practices, there's not going to be a lot of practices. I think that's really a bad thing, to not have a lot of practices. I think if you want padded practices, they should be more of an option than you can't do it at all. Because, I mean, to not have any practices at all, the ones that can be a little bit physical, I think that's really bad for the players, because I think that's contributing to the reason why we have so many injuries for the past couple of years now in the whole league, from, just torn ACLs to broken arms and just anything like that. Just not having the ability to practice at all, I think that's a really detriment to the players and the coaches and what have you. Especially the coaches, they can't really plan a lot. They can't really have hands-on training, hands-on coaching, practicing for the players, but it is what it is. The players, they did agree to this for the most part. The final voting was about 51% to 48%, so this was very, very close to yes and no, and this was a pretty split issue for the players right now in the CBA deal. And yeah, there you have it right there. So let's see what else. So other things, maybe some other things that are going to be coming out. The marijuana policy, the weed policy. I think that's going to be another thing that was a big point of. I don't think they're going to be suspended for just testing positive for marijuana. If it's something like you really need it, like medical issues, then I don't think you're going to be suspended at all. But the details, I don't have it as of this video, and I'll probably be updating you guys as this thing goes on for the rest of the week and the rest of the day. See what's up with that. So yeah, in summary, the big things are 17 regular game season, expanded playoffs. Both of them I'm not a fan of, but the owners, they do get what they want. The players, what they do get is, I guess, extra players on the roster and the league revenue sharing going up from 47 to 48.5%, so they can get some extra money. I think that was a big talking point for the players that are going to be here for a long time, or just the role players that know that they can't play in the NFL forever. So that's a win-win situation for the players. The owners, I think they win big time, and they always win big time because they have all the negotiation power, they have all the leverage, and if the players, they want to negotiate a deal, this was probably the best deal they can take, because the owners, they could probably get a worse deal had there been a lockout, had there been any kind of stoppage, work stoppage, or strike or anything like that. So really, this was probably the best deal that they can take. And can I blame that at all for the players that voted yes? No, but if you voted no, then I could see why you could. But at the same time, this was probably the best deal that they can take. And yeah, they didn't get everything what they want, the players themselves, but this was probably the best deal for them. That's it, guys. Please let me know what you guys think about the CBA deal. I'd like to hear what you guys say in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. That's going to definitely help you out a lot. I'll be catching you guys up tomorrow on a Monday, or maybe tonight on another Sunday for a 49er video. So I'll see y'all then. Bye, guys. Love y'all. Y'all have a great weekend. Stay safe out there. Go Niners all day.